first ever Best Agents TV Masterclass. Now, one of the most common questions that we're asked by our vendors is how should they best prepare their property for sale. So today, I'm going to give you 10 easy steps to follow that will ensure that when your property goes to market, it's looking fantastic and it's ready to receive the best possible offer. Now, step 1. This is quite probably the most important step in all of the 10 that I'm about to mention to you today. Step 1 is to disassociate yourself with your property, to de-emotionalize the property. Sure, it's been your home for a significant period of time and you've created a lot of happy memories there. But it's important that you're able to be emotionless when making a decision about this property. When you make the decision to sell, the property becomes a product. And it's a product that you want to receive the highest possible price for. If you're emotionally detached from the sale and from the property itself, you're going to be in a better position to make a good decision when you receive an offer. Step 2. Pack up all those personal photographs and family heirlooms. Grab all those knickknacks and put them all in a box somewhere out of sight. Buyers can't see past the personal items that make your home your home. So the less personal your property is, and the less homely it is, the less it's your property, the better it is for the buyer. After all, as they're walking around, we don't want them to be distracted by your personal items and photographs. Ideally, you want the buyer to be asking the question, can I see myself living here? And answering, yes I can. You don't want them asking, I wonder what kind of person lives here. Step 3. Declutter. We collect an amazing amount of stuff throughout the course of our lives. And when we're living in a property, we put it wherever's most convenient for us or wherever we want to see it most often. It's important that when it comes time to sell your property, all the clutter is removed from the home. Let's get it looking as much like a show home as possible. So any extra bits and pieces that you no longer need or that are not serving a day-to-day use, let's put them away, pack them in a box and get them out of sight. And for those personal items that you do use on a daily basis, let's put them in a little box and make sure that they're within reach, but in a cupboard somewhere, so they too are out of sight. Again, we want our buyer to be thinking about themselves living in the property, and not about what kind of person currently lives in the property. If they're imagining themselves living there, then we're well on our way to receiving a fantastic offer. Step 4. Rearrange bedroom closets and kitchen cupboards. Buyers love to snoop, especially at an open home. So imagine the impression it leaves if they're opening a cupboard and something's falling out on them. On the other hand, if the cupboard is nice and neatly stacked and everything's packed away in an orderly fashion, that's going to leave a lasting impression on the buyer, and they're going to associate it with the way you cared for the rest of the house. A clean bedroom closet, well looked after, maintained kitchen cupboards are going to tell the buyer that you've been a conscientious owner and have looked after the property well. There are a couple of things that you can do when the time comes for an open home that will certainly help give the buyer this fantastic impression. You can alphabetize spice jars, turn all coffee cup handles the same way, neatly stack dishes, ensure that all shirts are buttoned up and facing the same way, and of course that all shoes are lined up nice and neatly in a row. Step 5. Rent a storage unit. If you've successfully depersonalized and decluttered your property, you're going to have a whole lot of stuff in boxes. Rather than store it in the garage or out in the shed where maybe it's prone to attack by insects and pests or getting wet from rain, put it in a dry, safe storage unit. They're fairly cheap, depending on the size you want. They go from as little as $20 plus a week. Step 6. Remove or replace your favourite items. If you have window coverings, curtains, blinds that you want to take with you, light fittings, or anything, any fixed appliance or part of the house that you wish to take with you once it's sold, then take it now and replace it. So that when the buyer is walking through, what they see is what they're going to get. When they're making an offer, they're making an offer on exactly what to do. Step 7. Make minor repairs. Replace any floor coverings or cracked tiles that may have worn or be damaged. Fix up kitchen drawers that don't close properly and doors that don't close properly. A great way to improve the look and feel of your place is to repaint, and repaint in a neutral colour. This is especially good if you've had a bright or strong coloured feature wall in any of your rooms. Replace burned out light bulbs. If you've considered replacing a worn bedspread, do it now. It'll look fantastic at the open home with a new bedspread. Step 8. Wash the windows inside and out. Rent a pressure water sprayer, like a spit water, and give all paving, concrete work, brickwork a solid hose down to give it a nice good clean look. Clean out cobwebs. Re-caulk showers, tubs and sinks. Polish chrome faucets and mirrors. Clean out the refrigerator. Vacuum daily. And if you've got polished timber flooring, give them a good wax. It'll really show them up. Dust furniture, ceiling fans and light fixtures. Bleach any dingy grout. Replace worn rugs. Hang up fresh towels. Clean and air out any musty smelling areas. Odours are something that will leave a negative lasting impression on the buyer. Step 9. Scrutinise. Go outside and check your handiwork. Open the front door and stand there. Does the house welcome you? Do you want to go inside? Linger in the doorway of every room and consider how will your house look to a buyer. Examine carefully how your furniture is arranged and move the pieces around until it makes sense. A key thing to consider here is what furniture arrangement makes sense and also makes the room look larger. Larger looking rooms and more open looking rooms leave a far more positive impression on a buyer. Think about the room's emotional impact. Does it have pull? Does it have a bit of pizzazz and spark? Now this is something your best agent's real estate agent can of course help you with. And finally, does it look like nobody lives in this house? If it does, you're almost finished. Step 10. Check your curb appeal. If a buyer won't get out of the car because they don't like the exterior of your house and how it looks, then you'll never get them inside and you'll never get that offer. So make sure the sidewalks are kept clear. Mow your lawn on a weekly basis. Paint any faded window trim. Plant yellow flowers or group flower pots together. Yellow is a colour that evokes buying emotion, and marigolds and daisies are cheap. Trim your bushes and make sure that visitors can clearly read your house number. There's nothing worse for a buyer than driving up and down the street unable to find which particular house it is that they're after. There you have it guys, our 10 top steps to preparing your home for sale. These are the steps that we walk through with every single one of our vendors when the time comes. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. That's all for now. I hope you'll stay tuned for our next masterclass, and until then I shall see you later, and hopefully that sales result is fantastic. From Best Agents TV, we'll see you soon.